Welcome, curious minds, to the deep dive. Okay, I want you to close your eyes for a second if you can. Just imagine this. Picture the sheer energy of a K-pop concert.
Yeah.
You know, the lights flashing, the incredible choreography, the roar of thousands of fans screaming together.
Yeah, that wall of sound, the dedication, it's intense.
Exactly. Now, what if I told you that underneath all that incredible glamour and the global adoration, those pop stars, they weren't just performing. What if they were actually fighting like ancient, soul-stealing demons in this desperate secret war?
Wow, okay. That's quite a twist.
It really is. And this isn't just some wild idea. It's the premise of K-pop Demon Hunters, and honestly,
Right.
it's absolutely brilliant. Okay, let's unpack this.
What's fascinating here is how cleverly this story weaves everything together. You've got the high-octane world of K-pop, which is so specific, right? And then it blends that seamlessly with deep Korean mythology and some really powerful, universal themes.
It really works surprisingly well.
It does. So our mission for this deep dive is basically to give you a comprehensive overview. Think of it as your shortcut to really understanding this whole universe. We'll unravel the main story, introduce the characters who are super memorable, by the way.
Oh, definitely.
We'll explore the cultural stuff that makes it feel so authentic, and we'll dig into the powerful messages that kind of resonate throughout. Because this isn't just, a shiny pop spectacle. It's a really well-crafted world with layers and layers of meaning, and we want to help you see why it's so much more than it looks at first glance.
Okay, so let's dive right into the heart of this setup because it's just so good. K-pop Demon Hunters gives us this really compelling dual identity for our heroes. So, to the world, they are Huntrix.
Yeah.
This sensational K-pop trio, loved by millions, totally at the top of their game.
Global superstars?
Yeah, but then you hear this mysterious, almost ethereal voice.
Yeah.
We later find out it's their mentor, Celine, and she says, in this really hushed, prophetic way, "The world will know you as pop stars, but you will be much more than that. You will be hunters."
Ooh, chills. That sets the stage perfectly.
Right. It's this electrifying secret life hidden right under the glittering surface that makes their whole public image, their whole existence, just so much richer, so much more compelling.
Exactly, and it's not like this is something new they just stumbled into. The story sets up this deep historical context. Apparently, for generations, demon hunters have been fighting these specific Korean spirits. And their method, it's fascinating.
It's the music, isn't it?
It's the music. They literally sing songs of courage and hope. And this isn't just like a morale boost. Their music itself is the weapon. It's a source of actual power. It's described as something that ignites the soul and brings people together. Capable of driving back darkness.
That taps into something really primal, doesn't it? Like the power of sound and emotion.
Totally. It feels like it draws on that ancient idea found in lots of cultures, and the story makes it very clear it's an ancient lineage that has always used song to fight the shadows.
And central to this whole lineage, this long fight, is this key piece of protective magic, right? The Han Moon.
The Han Moon.
It's not just a cool name, is it? It's an actual, ancient, magical shield. A barrier the first hunters created way back when to protect their world from these demons.
Yeah, it's this vital cosmic barrier, this shimmering shield that keeps humanity safe, like a constant guardian watching over them.
So it's always there, protecting.
Well, yes, but that protective shield leads directly to their ultimate duty, their biggest mission, creating the Golden Han Moon. Celine explains this is like the end game, an impenetrable barrier that will permanently keep the demons and their king, Gui Ma, away forever.
Wow, no pressure then.
Right, can you imagine? The weight of this ancient prophecy now rests entirely on the current generation of Huntrix, Rumi, Mira, and Zoe. It's not just about winning awards or selling albums anymore. It's literally about safeguarding existence, securing the ultimate win for humanity.
Okay, you mentioned Gui Ma, the Demon King. He sounds like more than just a big bad monster. What's his deal? What's his ultimate goal?
Gui Ma's core motivation is pretty classic evil, really. He wants to feast on souls, human souls. And doing that makes him stronger.
So he wants to break through the Han Moon.
Exactly. His ultimate ambition is to get powerful enough to shatter the Han Moon, which is stopping him from just walking into the human world whenever he wants. He wants total chaos.
Okay, standard Demon King stuff. But you said he's insidious.
Yeah, what makes him really dangerous isn't just his power, it's his method. He manipulates other demons, and especially Jinyu later on, through their shame, our misery. He twists their past failures, their regrets, their insecurities against them. It's psychological warfare.
That's actually pretty chilling. like using their own self-doubt.
Precisely. It makes him a much more complex and dangerous enemy than just a brute force monster because he weaponizes internal struggles.
Then the Han Moon is the only thing starting it, is this barrier nearing completion, right? Selene tells Huntrix.
Yeah, she says, that victory is within your reach. It is your voices, your song, that will create the Golden Han Moon. That line just perfectly sums up the central conflict. Humanity's hope, channeled through Huntrix's music, versus the Demon King's hunger. The stakes are just unbelievably high.
And you even feel the pressure from Guima's side, too. There's that moment he basically yells, once the hunters turn the Han Moon gold, it's over for us.
Right. It's not just Huntrix racing against time. The demons see it as their own doomsday clock ticking down. It defines the stakes so clearly for both sides.
So the world's fate hangs in the balance. The clock is ticking. Who are these young women supposed to save everyone? Let's meet the heroes.
Yeah, let's get into Huntrix themselves.
So our first real introduction to Rumi, Mira, and Zoe isn't through some dramatic backstory reveal, it's through their fans. We hear these energetic, adorned voices chanting their names, talking about them. It's such a smart way to introduce them, right? Grounds them immediately.
It really is. It gives you that instant, relatable window into their public image as Huntrix, the K-pop stars, before you even learn about the demon hunting. And what the fans say is actually super insightful. It sketches out their core traits perfectly. Let's start with Rumi.
The leader.
The leader, yeah, and the main vocalist. Fans see her as pop star royalty, and her backstory kind of confirms that. Her mother was a Sunlight sister.
An earlier group of hunters.
Exactly, a revered previous generation. And Selene, their mentor, actually raised Rumi and specifically built the group Huntrix around Rumi's incredible voice. So right away, you feel this weight of legacy on her, this expectation, not just as an idol, but as maybe the key hunter. The spotlight's intense.
Then you've got Mira. The fans call her the visual and lead dancer.
And they describe her as the black sheep of her family, but always add, but so cool.
Right. And she's known for being unconventional, like wearing a sleeping bag to the Met Gala.
That detail is perfect. It just instantly tells you she's defiant, powerful, maybe a little rebellious, hints at a really strong independent streak.
And finally, Zoe, the rapper and lyricist.
Yeah, grew up in Burbank, USA. Fans call her the cutest maknae. That's the youngest member in K-pop. Usually has that adorable charm.
But she's got an edge, too, right?
Oh, yeah. Fans say when she raps, she goes hard and gets real scary. It's this fascinating duality. She's got the charm, but also this fierce lyrical power. She's the cute one who can absolutely destroy you with words.
It's amazing how, beneath the surface, beneath the fan chants and the different personalities, they're bound by this huge, ancient duty.
It adds so much depth to their pop star lives, knowing there's this whole other world-saving thing happening.
Definitely. Now, let's talk about the cultural stuff, because this story is soaked in it. It feels so authentic.
It really does. This deep dive is seriously immersed in K-pop culture, way beyond just surface-level stuff. I mean, the group structure itself, the trio, the specific roles like visual, maknae, lead dancer, rapper, vocalist, these aren't just random. That's how K-pop groups are actually put together.
Right, you remember it has a specific function.
Exactly. Each role contributes to the group's whole dynamic and appeal. It feels real because it mirrors the actual industry. Makes the demon hunting part feel even more grounded somehow.
And the fandom. They absolutely nailed the fandom culture.
Oh, totally. The chanting Huntrix, you can almost hear it. The fan signs, the social media buzz, even the fan club name. Join the pride.
Yeah. And those interactions between the idols and fans, like fans showing tattoos or just crying, meeting them, it captures that intense emotional connection so well.
It really respects that unique bond. And the industry dynamics aren't just background scenery either. They're central to the plot. You see them dealing with huge concerts, grueling world tours, the hype around album releases like their latest Golden, which is obviously symbolic.
And the promo schedules, the variety shows.
Yeah, like who can choke the most hot sauce of those quirky shows idols have to do. It all leads up to the big Idol Awards, which becomes a major battleground.
So the K-pop world isn't just window dressing.
Not at all. It shapes the story, how they operate, how their secrets are threatened. Even the little details of everyday idol life feel real. The carb loading, the pre-show Ramyeon.
The dream of a staycation. So relatable.
Exactly. Adds that layer of reality to their crazy lives.
But it's not just K-pop culture, right? It blends in Korean mythology, too.
Yes, seamlessly. The demons, the Oni, are specifically Korean spirits. They even have those distinct swirling patterns on their arms, which is a specific visual touch. And Guima is clearly set up as their ancient king, drawing from folklore.
And the Hanun itself.
Rooted in ancient Korean magic. It gives it this unique cultural weight, not just some generic shield. Plus, you get other traditional elements woven in, like Jinu playing the baipa, that's a traditional Korean lute in the demon world, and the mystical creatures that help him, the yokai crow and the blue tiger. Those are figures straight out of Korean folklore.
Adds real depth.
It does. It connects the fantasy to a specific cultural tradition.
And they even throw in modern Korean life stuff too, right? Like the food.
Yeah. The Ramayan kimbap, the details about bathhouses, even mentioning the men's versus women's sections, and Bobby the manager loving Itaewon corn dogs.
Yeah. Little touches like that make it feel so lived in.
It bridges the ancient and the modern perfectly. So you get this amazing blend. Authentic K-pop details, evocative Korean mythology, familiar modern life touches. It creates this unique world that feels both fantastical but also incredibly grounded. And it lets the story explore universal themes through this specific cultural lens, making it so much more powerful.
Okay, the stage is set. We understand the world, the stakes. Let's dive deeper into the stars themselves, Huntrix. All right, let's kick off with Rumi. She's the leader, the main voice, but she's also carrying this huge burden, this secret. Being the daughter of a sunlight sister means that duty, creating the golden Hanmoon, it falls heaviest on her, doesn't it?
Absolutely. She's the anchor, but also the most conflicted. And her core internal conflict is really the emotional heart of the whole story, those hidden demon patterns on her body. She sees them as her shame, like a fundamental flaw that makes her feel like a mistake.
And Celine, her mentor, kind of reinforces that early on.
Yeah, there's that flashback where Celine tells young Rumi, "You're not one of them. You're a hunter, like your mother was. Nothing can change until your patterns are gone." So it sets up this intense struggle within her, hunter versus demon heritage, and it drives her to try and fix herself, hide it, erase it. The psychological weight is just immense.
And it literally affects her physically.
Yeah.
Right? Her voice starts cracking.
Exactly. Her voice, the thing Huntrix was built around, her greatest power, starts failing her. It's such a powerful metaphor for how her inner turmoil and secrets are literally silencing her.
It must be terrifying for a singer.
Oh, completely. And that vocal problem becomes the catalyst. It forces her to seek help, first from healer Han, and then, controversially, from Jinu. It pushes her down this unexpected path.
Her growth arc is really something, though. Moving from hiding to acceptance.
It's incredibly compelling. Initially, she fully buys into Celine's advice, cover up, fix everything, hide the flaw. Her whole journey is about shedding that. Moving past the shame, embracing her full identity, including the darkness she feared, and finding harmony within herself.
And that leads to the final song. This is what it sounds like.
Yes, that anthem of radical self-acceptance. And in that climax, embracing her truth is what saves the world. It's a beautiful message. True strength comes from integrating all parts of yourself, not erasing the bits you don't like.
Okay, from Rumi finding her voice, let's turn to Mira, the powerhouse dancer. She seems like the protector of the group.
Definitely. She's portrayed as highly aggressive, overly blunt, short-fused, always ready for a fight. Remember her line to the demons?
You got the patterns, now you gotta die. Yeah, pretty intense.
Exactly. But she's fiercely loyal. And her backstory as the black sheep, the problem child, because I got too wild, that feeds into her independence. But what's great is how within Huntrix, those traits that got her ostracized become strengths. Her wildness turns into fierce protection.
She also seems really intuitive. Like she senses something's off with Rumi early on.
She does. She's the first one to really push, saying, "I just can't shake this feeling that you're keeping something from me." Claims she's pretty good at reading people.
Which makes her reaction later more understandable.
Completely. Her initial anger and betrayal when the secret comes out, I knew it was too good to be true. It's raw, but it comes from that place of feeling like her intuition was right and she was lied to. But her arc is about moving past that. She learns hiding faults and fears isn't the answer. She even admits her own difficult person traits later. It's a shift from judgment to understanding, realizing vulnerability strengthens bonds.
Love that. Okay, rounding out the trio. Zoe, the rapper, the lyricist, the cutest maknae, but with that edge.
Zoe's strength is absolutely her words, her creativity, the detail about her having 23 notebooks full of demon insults. That's just perfect Zoe.
Yeah. Ready for any demonic encounter.
Right. She embodies that duality. cute and charming, but then goes hard when she raps. It's a core part of her character. Her words are her weapon.
She also seems really eager to please,
Yeah.
right? And very affectionate towards the others.
Yeah, Healer Han points out her eagerness to please, and she's always the one saying, I love you guys so much. Often brainstorming solutions too, even if she comes up with 57 ideas.
Yeah.
She's the heart, but also the creative engine.
And her emotional journey. She's hurt by the lies, too.
Deeply. Initially, she's heartbroken, asking Rumi, how could we be together if we can't tell your lies from your truths? It hits her hard. But she moves towards empathy pretty quickly, driven by her love for Rumi. And she has this lovely realization that her own useless and weird thoughts and lyrics actually mean something with Huntrix. It reinforces that theme of belonging, finding your value and connection.
So Huntrix are the stars, but they have this support system that isn't always helpful.
Exactly. Let's talk about Celine and Bobby. Celine, the stoic mentor, and Bobby, the perpetually stressed manager.
Celine represents the old ways, doesn't she?
Totally. The rigid traditions of the hunters. Her mantra is, your faults and fears must never be seen. She loves Rumi, clearly, but she just cannot accept the demon side. She thinks they can just cover those up and put everything right again. But that approach just reinforces Rumi's shame, pushes her away, good intentions, damaging results.
And then there's Bobby.
Haha, yeah.
Yeah. He genuinely cares about the girls, wants the best for their career, but he is hilariously clueless about the demon hunting. Completely oblivious.
His focus is all social media, tours, contracts.
Right. His I'm not having a nervous breakdown moment while clearly having one about schedules is peak Bobby. He's charming, but totally detached from the real stakes. You almost feel sorry for him trying to manage literal demon hunters.
So even their support system kind of adds to the pressure on Rumi to hide.
Inadvertently, yes. Celine's rigidity and Bobby's ignorance highlight the external pressures the girls face. It makes their eventual embrace of authenticity even more heroic. Okay, we know our heroes, they're allies. Let's look at the antagonists, because they're not your typical monsters either.
Yeah.
Right, let's talk Guima, the demon king. His motivation is ancient, right? Feast on souls, grow stronger, break the Han Moon.
Pretty much. Pure primal evil wanting access to the human world to feed and rule. Standard stuff on the surface.
But he's more cunning than that.
Way more cunning. We touched on it earlier, his method of control. Manipulating demons, especially Jinoo, through their shame or misery, twisting their past failures against them.
That psychological angle again?
Exactly. It makes him far more insidious than just a powerful entity. He understands vulnerability and weaponizes it.
What's also surprising is how modern he seems willing to be for an ancient evil.
Right. He accepts Jinoo's totally new strategy, the demon boy band idea. It shows he's adaptable, willing to use modern pop culture, fandom itself, to achieve his ancient goals. That's genuinely terrifying. He's not stuck in the past.
So his ultimate goal remains the same: destroy the Golden Han Moon, get free reign over souls.
That's the end game. Total control, endless suffering. The whole story is Huntrix trying to stop that before he succeeds.
And his key strategist for this modern plan is Jinoo.
Enter Jinoo. Yeah. He's such a fascinating character.
We first see him just playing his bypaw in the demon world, looking pretty downcast.
Yeah, cynical, melancholic. But then, boom, he's revealed as the mastermind behind the Saja boys. And Saja, by the way, means Grim Reaper in Korean folklore. Pretty on the nose.
Chillingly apt. And his transformation is stark, the pink hair, glowing eyes.
Total idol makeover, which makes him incredibly deceptive. But to really get Jinoo, you need his backstory.
He wasn't always a demon.
No. He grew up in extreme poverty, busking with his bipod to survive. Desperate to save his family, he made a deal with Guima. But it backfired horribly. He got consumed by the demon patterns, trapped in the demon world, couldn't save his family. He's haunted by the memory of failing them, especially abandoning his sister and mother. That guilt is everything to him.
And Guima uses that guilt.
Constantly. It's Jinoo's weak spot. And his deal with Guima now. He wants his memories erased. He wants to silence the voices in my head, reminding him of his shame. It's not about power. It's about wanting oblivion from his own guilt. That's his driving force. Makes him tragic, but also dangerous.
So he's manipulating Rumi, working for Guima, but it comes from this place of deep pain.
Exactly. His morality is super complex. He betrays Rumi, furthers Guima's plan, but it's all tangled up with this desperate desire for relief from his own suffering, which makes his eventual sacrifice so powerful. When he tells Rumi, "You gave me my soul back, and now I give it to you," It's profound redemption. He reclaims himself through that final act.
And he has this unique connection with Rumi from the start, right? Because of the patterns.
Yes, he's the only one who immediately sees her patterns and understands. He recognizes that shame of your own because he lives with it too. It creates this complicated bond, initially manipulative, but ultimately transformative for both of them. He understands her struggle like no one else.
And his big plan takes the form of the Saja Boys.
The Demon Boy Band. His creation. Their strategy is pure genius, in an evil way. Fight the hunters where they least expect it. Go after the fans.
Turning Huntrix's own power source against them. Clever.
Deviously clever. And their public image. Perfect idols. Hot, respectful, charismatic, doing fan service, like making hearts out of thin air, giving gifts. They seem like nice demons.
Which makes them incredibly insidious.
Totally. Their charm is the weapon. Lulls everyone into a false sense of security. They weaponize K-pop tropes beautifully.
But underneath, they're demons with patterns and their music.
Their hit song, Soda Pop, it's annoyingly catchy, but it's designed to enthrall fans, feed off your energy, and gather souls for Gwema.
And the lyrics are blatant. More than power, more than gold, you gave me your heart. Now I'm here for your soul.
Right. Hiding in plain sight, mocking you with a pop beat. It's chillingly direct.
So they represent the dark side of fandom influence, while Huntrix uses music to protect.
Exactly, a perfect contrast. Saja Boy's corrupt connection, Huntrix fosters it. And the fact that even Bobby and Zoe think their music is catchy shows how easily people are swayed, makes the threat feel very real and very modern.
Okay, we've met everyone. Heroes, villains, allies.
Yeah.
Let's track the key moments where it all collides. So the story kicks off with a bang, literally. That plane attack. Huntrix is just trying to carb load.
And suddenly the flight crew are demons. Yeah, it plunges you right into their dual life. High stakes action from the get-go.
And that fight scene, set to their song, How It's Done. Brilliant. Singing, dancing, fighting demons midair.
Showcases their unique style perfectly. And their immediate reaction, not our fans, shows their commitment right away.
And Grima is instantly frustrated, which leads him to Gina's new plan.
Yep. Realizing brute force isn't enough. But crucially, right after that fight, Rumi's voice cracks.
The physical manifestation of her inner turmoil, linked to the pattern spreading.
Exactly. Her power source faltering because of her hidden shame. It's the catalyst that forces her to seek a cure, confronting her secret.
Which leads her to healer Han, who sees more than just a voice problem.
Right, Han's diagnosis is holistic, notes Rumi's walls being isolated, but also Mira's workaholism, Zoe's eagerness to please. It highlights that Rumi's issue isn't just physical, it's tied to her emotional state, her hidden identity, the group dynamics, sets up a deeper healing journey.
So direct attacks didn't work well for the demons. Time for Plan B, the battle for hearts and minds.
Enter the Saja Boys and Soda Pop. That annoyingly catchy song starts working its magic. They gain fans fast, even Mira and Zoe get pulled in a bit.
Rumi hates them instantly, though. Her intuition.
Seems like it. And their powers are subtle but sinister, stealing that tonic pouch, creating those demon-patterned hearts out of thin air. It's all about insidious influence.
Then comes that variety show confrontation. So awkward.
Hilariously awkward, performing alongside the Saja Boys in a ball pit, sliding around in leather suits. It perfectly shows the challenge of fighting demons publicly without blowing their cover, adds that comedic tension.
And the bathhouse incident. Accidental entry leads to
a huge reveal. During that water demon fight, Jinu sees Rumi's patterns. A hunter who's part demon. Total shock. That exposure is the turning point, her biggest fear confirmed.
Which forces Huntrix's hand. They plan the diss track, takedown, for the Idol Awards.
Yep, time to fight fire with fire. Use K-pop's own language against the enemy. Lyrics like, so sweet, so easy on the eyes, but hideous on the inside. Direct attack through music.
The stage is set for the Idol Awards showdown, but Rumi's starting to change her mind.
Yeah, her empathy for Jinu's story is growing. She starts feeling the takedown lyrics are too hateful. She tries rewriting them, adding lines like, when your patterns start to show, I see a pain that lies below.
Showing her evolving perspective, questioning the black and white view.
Exactly. And this leads her to meet Jinu secretly. Risky move. She offers him freedom if he helps them win, basically trying to flip him. And she confesses her own shame to him. If there's no hope for you, what hope is there for me? It's incredibly vulnerable. And when Jinu tells her she's not a mistake, that's huge for her. A flicker of acceptance.
But it all falls apart at the awards. Horribly.
Brutally. Their golden performance is sabotaged. The original hateful takedown plays instead. And then, demons disguised as Mira and Zoe violently reveal Rumi's patterns on stage. public humiliation.
Devastating. And the real Mira and Zoe see it.
Their reaction is pure horror and betrayal. How do you have patterns? You're hiding this from us. Rumi flees, heartbroken. The trust is shattered.
And then Gina twists the knife.
Oh yeah, his confrontation with Rumi afterwards, it was all a lie. Crushing. Followed by his confession about abandoning his family. I left them. I killed my family. It shatters her remaining hope in him. Guima's control seems absolute.
And as Rumi's hope breaks, as the group's bond breaks,
The Hanmoon itself breaks, literally comes apart. Pink infected matter spreads across the city. Grandma's victory seems imminent. Chaos descends. All hope looks lost.
but it's darkest before the dawn, right? There has to be a way back.
There is, but it requires a totally new approach, a rebuilding.
Celine tries to pull Rumi back to the old ways first, though. Back to hiding.
Desperately calls to reveal an illusion by Guima, promises to fix everything by covering it up again, clinging to secrecy. But Rumi finally breaks free. No more hiding, no more lies. And that raw cry, "Why couldn't you love me, all of me?" That's her rejecting conditional acceptance, embracing her whole self. A huge turning point.
Meanwhile, the Saja boys are having their victory lap at Namsen Tower.
Their final sinister performance. Dressed as Reapers, singing "I'ma be your idol," openly declaring their soul-stealing plan, gloating.
Mira and Zoe are drawn there, vulnerable.
Yeah, swayed by their own insecurities and Grima's influence. He's preying on their hurt. It looks like he's about to corrupt Huntrix completely.
Until Rumi arrives, alone at first.
Singing "We are hunters, voice is strong," Guima mocks her. But Rumi declares the Hanmoon is gone, so we can make a new one. Shifting from fixing the old to creating something new. Built on truth.
And that's when the magic happens. Mira and Zoe hear her song.
Her raw, honest song, this is what it sounds like. Embracing her truth. And they break free. They see her, understand her, and they join her.
Singing about their own jagged edges, finding harmony in their flaws.
Yes, that collective act of self-acceptance, vulnerability, truth that becomes the new Hanmoon. Forged not in tradition or secrecy, but in authentic connection. It's breathtaking.
And Ginu, he gets his redemption.
He does. Seeing their unity, he breaks free from Guima, sacrifices himself. "You gave me my soul back, and now I give it to you." Empowers Rumi, seals the new Hanmoon. A beautiful, tragic end to his arc.
So they win. Huntrix is stronger, more authentic, celebrating in the bathhouse.
Ready for their hiatus, but also ready for anything, accepting themselves and each other. And that final image, the bird on the tiger's head on their billboard, perfect symbol of hope and reconciliation.
What an incredible arc. So many layers. Let's unpack those themes now. Okay, this story is just packed with themes that hit hard. Let's start with the big one. Identity, shame, and self-acceptance, mainly through Rumi. Her patterns I'm ashamed of, feeling like a mistake. That's such a relatable core conflict.
Absolutely, and it's directly fueled by Celine's advice to cover those up, hide the parts deemed unacceptable, which mirrors so much societal pressure, right? And you see the parallel with Jinu's shame I can never escape over his past, and how Guima weaponizes that shame. It shows how shame can be this incredibly oppressive force, internal and external.
Rumi's realization is key. The more I hid this shame, the more it grew, until it started to destroy my voice.
That's powerful.
Such a perfect metaphor. Suppressing parts of yourself literally silences you.
Yeah.
Stops you from being authentic. It shows the real cost of hiding.
Until she finally embraces darkness and harmony in "This is what it sounds like."
Which is the ultimate act of self-acceptance and, ironically, her source of greatest power. The theme is clear. True strength isn't about erasing flaws, it's about integrating everything. For you listening, it really speaks to that universal struggle of hiding parts of ourselves and the freedom and authentic expression. Embrace it all.
That ties right into the next theme, deception versus vulnerability. Celine embodies that fault and fears must never be seen mentality, hide the imperfection. And the story shows the destructive cost of that. Rumi's lies, Jinu's initial manipulation, the Saja boys' whole fake persona. It all leads to broken trust, the Hanmoon cracking, despair. Deception corrodes everything.
But vulnerability, that's shown as transformative. Rumi's confession to Jinu, her public unveiling nothing but the truth now, my voice without the lies, that leads to healing.
And stronger bonds. It's not just Rumi. When Mira admits she's difficult and Zoe shares her useless and weird thoughts, it mirrors Rumi's journey. It proves vulnerability builds authentic connection, not weakness.
So the message for us is,
Be authentic, even with imperfections. It fosters deeper connections, more inner peace. Let the guard down to truly connect.
okay, let's talk music. It's not just background here. It's a weapon, a shield, a bridge.
All of the above. First, it's a force for good. Hunter voices drive back darkness, create the Han Moon, ignite the soul. It's collective power, hope, unity.
But then it gets twisted. The Saja Boys soda pop is a weapon. Entrancing, soul-stealing.
Shows how music can be used to control and harm. Even Jinu's Vaipa initially led him down a dark path. Music has power, for good or ill.
And the climax plays with this perfectly. Takedown gets weaponized against Rumi.
But the ultimate victory comes from This Is What It Sounds Like, a song of truth, vulnerability, acceptance. That becomes the shield, rebuilds the Han Moon. It shows music's true power lies in its authenticity and intention.
A reminder of the impact art has and the responsibility that comes with it.
Definitely.
And finally, found family and forgiveness. Huntrix is a found family. You feel that bond.
You really do. Mira thinking she doesn't get to have a family. Zoe saying, you guys just mean so much to me. They're each other's world.
Which makes the betrayal after the reveal so painful. That immediate rejection shows how fragile trust can be.
It really threatens to tear them apart, shows the depth of the wound Rumi's deception caused.
But the reconciliation is beautiful. Them joining Rumi in the final battle, singing together that signifies forgiveness, strengthening their bond. True family accepts all parts of you.
It's not conditional on perfection. And this extends to Jinu, too. His journey to self-forgiveness, spurred by Rumi's belief in him, culminating in his sacrifice, shows redemption is possible.
So the takeaway is the importance of community, forgiveness, belonging through acceptance, flaws and all.
Exactly. Those bonds are what make us truly strong.
Wow. What an incredible, really multi-layered journey we've just taken through K-pop Demon Hunters. We saw Rumi's powerful transformation from hiding shame to embracing her truth, and the sheer force of Huntrix's music and unity literally saving the world.
Yeah, it's a vibrant story about standing in your truth, finding strength in vulnerability.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, this deep dive hopefully has given you a much richer understanding than just a quick summary.
We hope you feel more connected to the characters, the cultural details, the powerful themes woven throughout. It really shows how even fantasy can reflect our own human experiences, identity, connection, acceptance.
Absolutely. And as we wrap up, here's something for you to maybe think about. In a world that's often obsessed with perfect images and curated personas, what might we gain if we dare to reveal what it sounds like to be truly ourselves, if we embraced our own jagged edges as part of our unique harmony? So what does this all mean for you?